I'm looking at a Jet magazine.
The
And
news,
all of a
the
sudden,
newspaper of America,
the newspaper
of Black America.
America. Look, they want to commemorate the Civil War soldiers, and they've got the space where they're going to put it, and they need somebody to do a commemorative sculpture
In Washington, D.C.
in Washington, D.C. And what was the Cultural Arts
Commission.
Commission? Yeah, Cultural Arts Commission. They're the ones are going to sponsor the commemorative piece.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get a letter off to them, and luckily we get something back saying you are one of 4 finalists. Okay. And so I go through the whole process of meeting committee. We have to go up there. We have to present ourselves. So now I'm up there. I got a bad olive green suit on, tie. I mean, I'm sharp as a tack, you know. Because the reason why, I always said, how you present yourself is how they see you.
Mm-hmm.
So now the other
Something from your daddy.
I got that from my dad, yeah. Now I got my briefcase full of stuff packed. I mean, it's kind of like bulging out because I don't know what they're going to want to see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got a poster rolled up. I got my slides and everything in there, and I got other stuff. So we're sitting in the room. So the other 2 artists, one of the artists didn't come. He's the one I never met. So the other 2 came. Didn't realize that one of those artists who asked to see something that I had hanging out of my briefcase, he said, "May I see?" I said, "Oh yeah, sure, here." Had nothing to hide, you know. He was one of my competitors on the Amistad. He knew who I was.
Okay.
I didn't know
who he was.
He knew who I was. So I guess he thought,
Oh.
crap.
Mm-hmm.
So they got kicked out. Now, so what happened was, it was me and the other guy had to go head to head that we never met. For some reason, through the whole process of going up and back to DC and talking to committee, blah, 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 we never met, which was good. Finally, when the deal went down and I came up with what I came up with, it was you.
And that memorial is was in the Shaw neighborhood
Yes.
of DC.
Yes.
And you started out with
the
a figure or a couple of soldiers, or
4 is 3 soldiers and a sailor on the front part of it.
who are
Here's what I realized. Washington is a sea of memorials. And the architects sent plans, and what they did was they created these round walls where the names of all these 208,000 colored soldiers were going to be on there, see? Mm-hmm. So my contention was, well, I don't want to put something square there, because he drew a square in that right bird's eye view of that. Mm-hmm. So that's when I decided it needs to be something that would be round, semicircular, that would complement that wall. And they could go that way, see? Mm-hmm. So that's what I came up with, see? So I created this semicircular aspect of like a flag unfurling. That's what it was literally going to be. However, once I got into the whole project, I did not see it as a flag anymore. I saw it as this ethereal wind movement thing, caressing these soldiers, as well as when you walked around the back, there was a family back there, see? Mm-hmm. And I heard that from a preacher who was on the committee, who said, I hope, it would be nice if whoever does this project could include family
of these
black
men going
off to war. And I heard that. See, I picked up on that. So when I got back home and created my little model, that's when I stuck that family back there. And that's what got it.
And that's what got you the deal. And whose face is on the woman in the, tell me about that.
My baby, my Bernadette.
You used Bernadette was your model.
Mm-hmm. And my daughter's hand is in there, and my hands are on there. Eugene Thomas's hands on there. Bob Market, my friend that was up in the stained glass studio, his hands were on there.
Wow. And that all started in this space right here.
Right up there.